Hello, Vol Nation. Welcome to another episode of Believe in Tennessee Football. I'm your host, as always, Kyler Kerberson, joined by Reed Bacon. We have a very special bonus episode this week. We got to interview a head honcho of the Legends of Lindsey Nelson. Vol baseball is killing it right now. They're headed to a series versus Vanderbilt and wanted to hear from those guys hanging out behind first base and see if they got any plans for those Commodores this weekend. So great podcast, great interview. So let's get into it.
The game. Snap. The kick is in the air, and the kick this time is no, sir, Reed. No, sir, Reed. Final score, Tennessee 20, Florida 17. Pandemonium reigns.
Loads up, fires long for the end zone. The pass is going to be caught by Tennessee. Tennessee wins! Caught it by Tennessee to Juwan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch in the end zone on the Hail Mary.
Down at the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. What did he do? All he did was score. Joey Pence, touchdown on play number 1.
All right, so before we jump into the show, we got to start with our presenting sponsor, Bet Online. So I know March Madness is over, but you still got the NBA, you got NHL going on right now, so there's plenty of things to be betting on, and BetOnline is the place to do it. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your sports action. It has you covered with all the news, the scores, the odds, and it's the best way to place your bets, and it's free to sign up. So head to the website, betonline.ag, or use your mobile device and sign up today and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. I am so excited for our newest sponsor, Monster Bass. Monster Bass is a fun and affordable way to get the best new baits from the fishing industry's top brands delivered to your door each month. It's a premium subscription fishing company that handpicks the best baits based on where you live and where you fish. So no more guessing on which baits are going to work, and just leave it to the pros at Monster Bass. Basically, it's like having your own personal fishing guide, and it's changing the way bass fishermen shop for baits. They're quickly becoming the #1 fishing brand of anglers everywhere. They've got the best baits, the best brands, and you're covered by the industry's best customer service. So, if you want to catch bigger bass this season, head over to monsterbass.com and use the code VOLS10, VOLS 10, and get $10 off your first box. Sign up for Monster Bass now. All right, so I welcome on a special guest today. He is part of those boys behind first base you see at the Vol baseball games. He's a little bit of a leader of the Lindsey Nelson Legends. Welcome on, Matthew. How we doing, bud?
Good to be here. Fantastic.
Great. So I know I caught you in between classes, but I wanted to, talk about this phenomenon that's going on with you guys behind first base, the support you're bringing to Vol baseball. Can you tell me how did this come about? Why did this actually start?
It was all pretty spontaneous. We were drinking one Saturday. Somebody brought up going to the baseball game, so we did it. I mean, we were drunk, so we just started chirping the other team, going at them. And then, we got unexpected positive feedback. We probably thought we were going to get kicked out. And the ushers told us they loved it. The old fans that are there all the time, they told us they loved it. And we're like, all right, let's go back. Let's do it again.
Yes.
And then, the players were reacting to it. Our guys were telling us they loved it. So then we made the Twitter account, and then things just started to blow up.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think Vol fans, maybe because of the mediocre football and basketball season, were really wanting something to hold on to.
Yeah.
And the fact that you guys are coming out and supporting really made a difference. So I mean, did any of you guys have like baseball backgrounds? Like, did you play in high school? What was it about? You were like, oh, we're just gonna love this, like being able to be a part of Vol baseball.
Yeah, I played a year of college baseball
Okay.
for Xavier. So I got hurt, transferred, and then this really brought back the love of the game for me. So this has been quite the experience. It's been pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I bet. Did you guys really start after that LSU game when, the head coach came out was saying you guys were rude and didn't have good spirit about the game? Is that when you made the Twitter and started to really just develop the brand of it?
No, we had the Twitter going before, but that definitely took us off. I mean, he basically gave us a big shout out. So
Yeah.
that blew us up.
All
I think we
pub is
got
good pub.
over 1,000 followers just that day, and then since then it's just been going up constantly.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. I know you guys have been back there every game, every home game. I've seen it. Last week on Saturday, we saw, an RBI single and Florida players start chirping back at you guys. I don't know if it's appropriate to say on here, but can you tell us what he was saying to you?
The shortstop?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little rat. He threw his gum at us on Friday.
Oh, wow.
And then he threw his gum at us again on Saturday after the RBI single. But then, like he made an error in the field and they lost. So he kind of
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Matthew. Hey, this is Reed. I want to jump in here. I apologize. I'm eating lunch right now as we're talking, so forgive me. But no, that's hype, bro. And I don't want us to jump over that. That's so you are you from in Knoxville? Are you from around here? Because you obviously
I'm from New York.
Okay. I love that. Yeah, I love that picture. But yeah, that's dope that you obviously are a baseball guy. You played at Xavier for a year, that's super, super cool. What position did you play there? And then what made you transfer to UT? Like, why'd you pick UT?
I was a pitcher at Xavier. I ended up tore my rotator cuff twice, broke my collarbone.
Oh, geez.
Among other things. But I wanted to go to a big school. I was originally supposed to play at Clemson. That didn't work out because of injuries. So I'd always wanted to go somewhere big. So once I knew baseball was done, I just wanted to jump on the chance. So I landed in Tennessee. There's actually only 2 or 3 of us, like the core group of guys that are from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were just like, hey, I want to go to a big school. Let me look at some SEC schools. And then what ended up attracting you to UT? You're just like, hey, I got in, or I got some buddies, or what?
It was really none of the above. It was when it came down to it, it was between here or the University of Denver. And I mean,
oh, okay.
So I love skiing and I love, college football. So I just sort of waited too.
Yeah. Picked football over. Sorry for the disappointing season so far. I don't know if you've quite become full-fledged football fan. Growing up in New York, did you have a team up there?
No, that's the thing. We don't have. I mean, the only big school in New York is Syracuse, but nobody really gives a shit about Syracuse sports. So
yeah, exactly. Except, basketball.
Yeah, basketball. But then again, everybody who lives in New York went to Notre Dame or like Michigan or something.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're down here joining the Vol Faithful, that is Vol Nation fan group.
Yeah. No, it's hard. It's hard not to become, one of those guys who's obsessed with the football team.
Yes, exactly. So when you guys go out there, I have no idea if maybe you're allowed to bring in props, bring in different stuff. I always think about, the people that stand behind the goal in basketball, like doing free throws, trying to distract. Like, do you guys have any plans of things to bring in, vuvuzelas, something that can cause a little bit more distraction?
We brought in a funnel last weekend, which
it's incredible.
That ended up getting confiscated. And
what was that to say?
Yeah, so that was Friday, and then the Sunday game, the cop came up to my friend who was like, "Hey man, did you get your funnel back? Like, that was kind of BS that they took it. I didn't think."
I love that. I love that. I love that every single person there is supporting you. Just whatever we can do to make Vol baseball awesome.
Some guy came up to us on Sunday. He said he drove 2 hours to go to the game, and he was like, "You guys are kind of part of the reason too." All right, man.
Yes.
I was like, "Look, it's Sunday."
That's hype though. That's sick though that you guys are bringing other people to it. Like, I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I think we've definitely gotten a lot of people into it. I mean, we had a tailgate last weekend. We're gonna do it again this weekend, and I think a lot of our friends showing up. A lot of guys asking for shirts and whatnot. They're always asking for tickets. So I mean, we have a few extra tickets every week, and just because we go up and scoop a bunch, and we have to make lists for each day of like everybody that texts us, and we sort of just pick and choose, sort of have a draft.
Yeah, I would guess so. I was wondering how that works because I mean, this weekend, this Vandy series, tickets are up near $250 for general admission. I guess students get a discount. What is it, like $10 a pop?
No, it's free.
Okay, well there you go.
Hey, so how does that work though? When you said you guys go and scoop them up, like how does that work? Are you guys going to? I mean, I remember when I was at school there, we'd go online and have to fill out for the football tickets. But how's it go for baseball? Is it the same thing, kind of?
For baseball, it's first come, first serve. So the gates open 90 minutes before first pitch, and then that's when you can get student tickets. But the lines for student tickets now fill up probably 2.5 hours beforehand, and they're around the block at that point.
I'm surprised.
When we first started going to games, you could just walk in at any inning.
Yeah, I'm surprised some of the students aren't like, "Oh, you're part of the Like, go ahead, go before."
Well, see, that's what I was about. That's what I was about to ask or say. So, like, have they not like given you and like your 3 or 4 or 5 main core guys like, "Hey, you guys don't have to keep showing up and earning these tickets. Like, we'll get you in," type deal?
I mean, they don't really have to at this point, but I mean, because like you just mentioned, the students do know at this point, and they do help us out. So do other random fans. They always help us out. The players help us. Their players' parents even help us and throw some tickets.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Good.
So, you guys have done how many series now? 3 or 4?
Yeah, that was the 3rd SEC series.
Yeah. Okay. So is there any kind of research you do beforehand looking into these players and being like, what's his girlfriend's name? What's his mom's name? How can I chirp him on the side?
We have a family guy. So he's just in charge of finding their families. We print out. Yeah. Everybody's got a role. So we print out the rosters before every game. They started just giving us the rosters when we walked through the gate now. That's pretty cool.
I got a family guy, like the freaking mafia over here.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's his job. But I mean, sometimes they make it easy. Like Florida posted a video of their first baseman. He just sounded like you wanted to punch him in the face. So that was real simple.
Is there go-to chants that you guys use on the guys whenever they get to first or for the pitcher whenever he's going?
No, it really just rolls off the top of the dome, and like it'll be a constant thing, like he might do something during the game that makes you say, all right, you're gonna hear that. So
yeah, exactly. So you told me yesterday you guys got a chance to meet with Vitello, and was there anything that happened out of that? I don't want to put out anything too early if it's a secret.
I don't know if I'm at liberty to dispose of that.
Okay, that is fine. I cannot wait to see what actually happens from. So sorry to interrupt, but got to shout out another sponsor in Sunday Scaries. So I don't sleep very well myself. I actually have a CPAP machine. I have sleep apnea, but a lot of people, stay up night after night thinking about all the different things they could have done differently throughout the day. Stress and anxiety weighs on you, and you can't ever really feel like you can fall asleep, and it sucks. Fortunately, there's Sunday Scaries, and they have products specifically for overthinkers and night owls. Sunday Scaries CBD gummies help to decompress, clear your head, and fall asleep. So you can actually wake up and be a fully functioning human being the next day. So there's no risk to buy. The company offers 100% lifetime money-back guarantee. If the product's not for you, that's okay. You'll get your money back. Sunday Scaries is in the stress-relieving business, not stress-causing business. So I got a 25% off code to prove it to you. So visit sundayscaries.com and use my promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your discount. It's 25% off at sundayscaries.com. They're amazing, and you won't regret joining this squad.
Hey, but I do have a question from that, though. Like, how did that even come about? Did he just reach out to you guys and were like, hey, thanks for what you're doing? Like, we want to jump in on this? Or did y'all reach out to him? Or
Yeah, well, the first base coach and I have been in contact for a little bit, so I've been talking to V through him and all that. So, yeah, I mean, they love what we're doing. They really appreciate it. I know the players appreciate it. They reach out to us too all the time.
Good, yeah. And that's the thing about, like, you know, obviously UT being a football school, you walk 30 yards down the street from the baseball field, and we can get 100,000 every Saturday, even if we're not that great. So I love that we are having a lot of support for our team. It's like, I've always said, if I don't care what team it is, if they're good, like, they're going to have supporters. So, right. So they're people are going to support them and go wild for them. But I love that you guys said that. I love to tell, because I feel like students are going to be like, it's like, this is going to become like a popularity event. Like, you guys might have been going just to watch baseball. You're a baseball guy, so you're like, I can enjoy a day. Let me crush a few beers, watch the game. But now people are going to want to come because it's an event. So how do you think you guys can capitalize on that? Whether it's, and Kyler even mentioned to me that you guys are like selling stuff now, maybe. And I wanted to ask you about that too, how that's going.
We do have a store. We do have a store online that is live. Check that out.
Yes, plug all your stuff. How can people find the How can people find the store and
the
find
store?
You guys?
The store is our pinned tweet on Twitter. Our Twitter's @BallCreatures. If you don't have Twitter and you have Instagram, our Instagram is Legends of Lindsey Nelson. Link is in our bio. And the link itself is bonfire.com/store/legends-of-Lindsey-Nelson.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So, little self-promotion in there.
No, that's
for sure. That's we wanted you guys to do that too, man.
Yeah. Back to your question.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of students, I mean, every college kid basically wants an excuse to drink and go somewhere and do something. Especially right now, COVID started wrapping up. People are tired of it. They want to get out and be in public with people and do stuff. And then in terms of just the Tennessee fans, even if they don't know baseball and they're not a baseball fan, they want to be passionate about something with UT sports. So I think that they're jumping on the train, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I would say you're talking to two of them. I mean, definitely. I'm not a baseball guy, but I definitely am excited. But Kyler's been jumping in huge on it. He loves following it now.
Yeah, man. I never played baseball. I wasn't very good at it. So, realized that at a young age and was like, I should stick to football. But I just can't help it. Like we said, whenever you are a Vol fan, whenever, you bleed that orange, if someone's winning, you want to be a part of it. You want to be a part of that success. You want to root them on. And I was just so deflated after this football season, this basketball season. It was like, please, can I get something to hold on to that can keep me alive? So we've said it a few times now, the Vandy series coming up. Do you guys have anything planned? I'm hoping that we can get like full capacity in there. I have no idea if they're allowing that at all. But
unfortunately, Danny White hasn't tweeted me back yet. Still waiting for that. So you have a little talk with him about it.
Yeah, he might be a little busy, but we'll try and get him on the phone. Yeah.
Hey, I got a quick question too. Football is it's a Saturday, maybe it's a Thursday, whenever it is, it's a one event. I feel like you guys legit have to bring it. Like, you're going, it's a series. So like, this isn't like, hey, I can hang out with the boys on Friday. We take it easy. We get ready for the game on Saturday. Like, no, you guys got to, and when I say bring the energy, like, I don't know what about other fans, but when I go to UT football games, like, I leave like I just played. And that's probably a scary thing. But how do you guys like legit, like, I mean, y'all got to get up for 3 games a weekend.
People don't realize the toll it takes on us, honestly. Like,
no, I'm being dead serious. Yeah.
I know people are tweeting at us like, come on, like, get going. I'm like, it's Sunday, man. Like, our voices are shot. We're trying our best.
We've already won the series. It's like,
but no, it definitely is intense. And I mean, like, we have events now that we got to go to. We got something going on Friday before we start drinking and going to the game. We're gonna have a crawfish boil, I think, in the parking lot Saturday.
oh wow,
Everybody's invited. Just throwing it out there.
yeah. So there you go.
But yeah, I mean, our voices, when we first started doing it and we were the only ones there, and it was just about like the 6 of us, we couldn't speak by the Sunday game. It was brutal. But now that we have a lot of heads there, it definitely makes it easier. It takes a load off because I can sort of take breaks with yelling, everybody else. They can sort of jump in and we can still have the same volume.
Yeah. Or you think you guys are going to try and, parlay this into the football season whenever it comes around, or maybe even orange and white game?
That if you do this with football in a stadium of 100,000 people, you're not really going to get noticed. You're just going to look like every other drunk person there.
Yes.
Baseball, when we started doing it, like the stadium was near empty. You could hear everything. So I think that's the big difference maker. Like, you can't go into Thompson Bowling and, have everybody in the arena hear you.
Yeah, maybe you guys should just, attack some of the sports that don't get as much love, like show up to the volleyball games, tennis, just start ragging on people.
Yeah.
Might not know anything about volleyball, but you can still rag on some other people.
Exactly. I mean, we got guys that don't know anything about baseball, and they're just going at it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You don't have to know much. You don't have to know much about the sport just to chirp on somebody by how they run or a mistake they made or why they look like an idiot or whatever.
Right. I mean, that student porch up there gets pretty packed too now, and I don't think half of those people know what's going on in the game.
Yeah.
Just want to go hang out, drink, and yell at people.
Yeah, that's it. That's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I'm glad we got a chance to kind of look behind the scenes of what was going on. And,
Definitely.
I speak for everyone. I say I'm so excited for this series this weekend. I cannot believe the new rankings that came out, and Vandy only dropped to number 2 after losing to Georgia, and we only went up 1. We went from 6 to 5. It's very disrespectful. And who knows? Hopefully we can host maybe a World Series game here or there. I know that they put in a request for it, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what the new format is with COVID, but usually it's just the top seeds host. Regionals. So, but I think we are still in place to host one. So, I mean, if that happens, they're going to have to put in more capacity. So,
yeah, exactly. And if it's
hey, Kyler, before we jump off, I do have one more question, like a legit baseball, question. So, obviously, Coach Vitale has been here. I guess this is his 3rd year. Is that correct? The start of his 3rd year?
I think so.
Okay. So, and I don't know how much you're actually I know you played baseball, but I don't know how much you're actually plugged into the college baseball, the whole realm of it. But do you think as a UT fan, there's anything that we should worry about, that he could just come and get picked off by an LSU or one of these other big time programs? Or
the only way that would happen, in my opinion, don't hold me to this, don't quote me, but
right,
is that if he didn't get paid, we don't upgrade the stadium. Our stadium is, I don't want to say embarrassment to the SEC, but if you look at the other capacities, it's 10 to 15,000 for the SEC schools, and we're over here at 6. And we're a top 5 team in the country. And I know we're a new top 5 team in the country, but so if we keep this up, definitely a lot of money should be going into the baseball program. I think it all helps with recruiting. If you upgrade the stadium, you stay good.
So I know you're talking about the stadium, it needs to be upgraded, and you're saying the size, but is it older too? I haven't been to Lindsey Nelson in forever. So is it older? I
know they just renovated the field, so the turf is new.
Okay.
I don't know how old the stadium itself is, but there is so much space that they have where they could add seating.
Okay. But you do feel like that he likes it here, and it's hey, if he just gets paid like he deserves, and we put money into it, that he would stay basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was wondering, because I'm just, like I said, I'm not a baseball guy, so I keep up with the wins and losses, but I'm not in tune to, I know that LSU's good, Florida's good, Vanderbilt's great, Ole Miss is good. So I know like SEC's a really, really kind of top tier conference with it. But I'm glad to hear you say that, though, and hopefully our people do the right thing. So
me too. I mean, you got to if you want to keep winning. So
I think
what
so.
Year are you? Did you ask Kyler? What year are you, Matthew?
We're all juniors. Everybody in the
nice. We got you for another year. Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll maybe get some interns next year. See how they do.
Yes, there you go. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Like I said, I really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And everybody go check out their Twitter and their Instagram. Buy merch.
Buy their stuff.
Buy their stuff. Support them. Go out to the Vol baseball games if you're in Knoxville, and let's keep this train rolling.
Absolutely. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
Take care.
See you, brother.
See you.